This is the Inphic A9 Explorer, really cheap, but actually decent G502 feeling, and honestly, very gamery looking mouse. So this mouse isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I think it makes a lot of sense for many people. So first of all, it's just 20 US dollars. So you get a whole mouse for 20 US dollars. It is wireless, has a 500 milliamp hour battery, and has, I think it's a PA3207 sensor. So a very, very usable sensor. And honestly, I've had no issues with this. It's a mouse. Is it fast as other mouses? No. But will you notice this, difference in mice? Not really. Unless, you're coming from a really, really good mouse, which in this case, you wouldn't even be looking at this guy. This guy also has some pretty fun features, like this right here. You're not able to customize it. It just keeps on changing on its own. It's just a little RGB LED shining up, but it looks kind of cool. It has very gamey aesthetic. If you don't like that, I agree. This isn't really the best mouse for you. This is a white and yellow mouse. You can get it in black as well. It does come with PTFE skates, and I have opened this. That's why they might look a bit folded, but don't worry, they come actually normal. They don't come folded in this case. Again, 2.4 gigahertz. This is very, very normal, and it's currently plugged into the computer, and it's what lets it stay on. If it's not plugged in, it doesn't really do much of anything. And I'll show you the dongle later. You get a Bluetooth off and 2.4 gigahertz options. So these are, just cycling through the three options. That's about it. You get a USB-C port and no included charger. I assume that they expect you to bring one, which, have one. It works. And then that's your little LED indicator. So there's a lot of pretty cool features with this guy. And yes, this is a DPI changer, so you're able to just press it and cycle through the different DPIs. So this guy has no software, and that could be an issue to some, but honestly I think it's okay, as I never really delve into it anyways. So this is a quite good mouse, and coming in at only 20 US dollars, it keeps the ergonomics of something like a G502 with this little bump here, and then its overall shape. It keeps its versatility. It does lose some buttons compared to the G502, but it still has these two side buttons, two front buttons, scroll wheel, and then you can also click in the scroll wheel, right? You also get your DPI button, get like Bluetooth syncing buttons, and just so many different options in general. So, the most important thing with mice, in my opinion now, is the feel of it, right? Because honestly, mice and mice sensors have really plateaued. So, as long as you're spending more than, $15, really doesn't matter, right? In my opinion. Obviously, there are, oh, you get 8K hertz pulling, but like, genuinely, nobody's really gonna notice that stuff. And this feels good, right? This feels just like a G502. I've used one, and it really does fit well, right? It has this little hump here, and it has this kind of flat bit, and it makes it feel really, really premium, and makes it honestly one of the best, mice that I've used. Right? Sure, I've used better, lighter mice, but just for feel and overall use case wise, I love this so much. I wish they could have made it a bit lighter. I can make it a bit lighter. I can switch out the battery, not run their 500 milliamp hour battery. It actually just looks like a AA battery, but it's rechargeable and 500 milliamp hours. I could run a 300. I could run a 150. I have a 150 that I can put in this guy, but there's really not that much reason for me to. And I mean, it's overall a pretty cool mouse, and it has some pretty cool features, and it just feels really, really nice. That's the big part of this mouse. If you want this, there's a link in the bio below, and Inphic did send this to me. So this mouse is $20, right? That's the first thing. And there are some issues with it. Like the mouse clicks are silent. I can't show you now because I have actually modded them. You can mod your mice to change out the switches, by the way. They're very clicky and loud right now, but they start off silent. And this could be good for someone in an office, but you might get laughed at, so it might not be the best idea. Another cool feature of this is it's 2.4 gigahertz functionality. And some much cheaper mice will not come with this, right? Mice between 15 and below usually won't come with this. And this $20 mouse does have it, right? Which is pretty cool. And it's also USB-C rechargeable, and it kind of beats out a lot of other like office offerings. And it does make a lot of sense to pick up, right? So if you want to just add a simple little mouse to your setup, and you want it, a little bit of a gamery vibe, this is a perfect choice. It has, this text, it has a little light bar, and has a lot of cool functions to it that most mice do not have. If you want this, there's a link in the bio below, and Inphic did send this to me.